Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Follow a certain course. Continue a certain state, condition, or activity. Continue talking. Follow a procedure or take a course. Move ahead. Travel onward in time or space. We proceeded towards Washington. Follow a certain course. How did your interview go? Have a particular form. As the saying goes, move away from a place into another direction. Perform as expected when applied. The washing machine won't go unless it's plugged in. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. How fast does your new car go? Be in the right place or situation. Let's put healthcare where it belongs, under the control of the government. A usually brief attempt. A board game for two players who place counters on a grid. The object is to surround and so capture the opponent's counters. Pass from physical life and lose all bodily attributes and functions necessary to sustain life. Make a certain noise or sound. Lead, extend, or afford access. This door goes to the basement. Street names for methylenedioxymethamphetamine. Continue to live and avoid dying. Begin or set in motion. Ready, set, go. Stop operating or functioning. To be spent or finished. The money had gone after a few days. A time period for working, after which you will be relieved by someone else. It's my go. Blend or harmonize. This sofa won't go with the chairs. Go through in search of something. Search through someone's belongings in an unauthorized way. Enter or assume a certain state or condition. Get going. Have a turn. Make one's move in a game. Can I go now? Give support to, or make a choice of, one out of a group or number. Stretch out over a distance, space, time, or scope. Run or extend between 2 points or beyond a certain point. His knowledge doesn't go very far. Follow a procedure or take a course. We should go farther in this matter. Be the right size or shape. Fit correctly or as desired. Progress by being changed. The speech has to go through several more drafts. Be abolished or discarded. These ugly billboards have to go. Be or continue to be in a certain condition. Be ranked or compare. This violinist is as good as Juilliard-trained violinists go. Be spent. Functioning correctly and ready for action. All systems are go. Pass, fair, or elapse, of a certain state of affairs or action. How is it going? Continue a certain state, condition, or activity. We continued to work into the night. Span an interval of distance, space or time. The archipelago continues for another 500 miles. Continue talking. I know it's hard, he continued, but there is no choice. Keep or maintain in unaltered condition. Cause to remain or last. Continue the family tradition. Continue in a place, position, or situation. She continued as deputy mayor for another year. Do something repeatedly and showing no intention to stop. We continued our research into the cause of the illness. Move ahead. Travel onward in time or space. She continued in the direction of the hills. Allow to remain in a place or position or maintain a property or feature. We cannot continue several servants any longer. Continue after an interruption. The demonstration continued after a break for lunch. Exist over a prolonged period of time. The bad weather continued for 2 more weeks. Continue a certain state, condition, or activity. Cooperate or pretend to cooperate. Pass by. Move forward, also in the metaphorical sense. Start running, functioning, or operating. Continue a certain state, condition, or activity. Come to pass. Continue talking. The main tower within the walls of a medieval castle or fortress. Maintain by writing regular records. Keep a diary. Conform one's action or practice to. Keep appointments. Continue a certain state, condition, or activity. Maintain in safety from injury, harm, or danger. May God keep you. The financial means whereby one lives. Each child was expected to pay for their keep. Behave as expected during of holidays or rites. Prevent the action or expression of. Keep your cool. Stop someone or something from doing something or being in a certain state. Retain possession of. Can I keep my old stuffed animals? Supply with necessities and support. There's little to earn and many to keep. Stick to correctly or closely. Keep count. Retain rights to. Keep my job for me while I give birth. Fail to spoil or rot. These potatoes keep for a long time. A cell in a jail or prison. Prevent food from rotting. Keep potatoes fresh. Cause to continue in a certain state, position, or activity, e.g., keep clean. The students keep me on my toes. Maintain for use and service. I keep a car in the countryside. Allow to remain in a place or position or maintain a property or feature. The family's fortune waned and they could not keep their household staff. Have as a supply. I always keep batteries in the freezer. Hold and prevent from leaving. Look after. Be the keeper of. Have charge of. He keeps the shop when I am gone. Raise. She keeps a few chickens in the yard. Store or keep customarily. Where do you keep your gardening tools? Supply with room and board. He is keeping 3 women in the guest cottage. Direct the course of. Manage or control. Continue talking. Carry on. Pretend we are not in the room. Misbehave badly. Act in a silly or improper way. Keep or maintain in unaltered condition. Cause to remain or last. Give an incentive for action. This moved me to sacrifice my career. Be in a state of action. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. The soldiers moved towards the city in an attempt to take it before night fell. The act of changing location from one place to another. The movement of people from the farms to the cities. Cause to move or shift into a new position or place, both in a concrete and in an abstract sense. The director moved more responsibilities onto his new assistant. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. We must move quickly. The act of changing your residence or place of business. They say that 3 moves equal 1 fire. Have a turn. Make one's move in a game. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Follow a procedure or take a course. A change of position that does not entail a change of location. Movement as a sign of life. Progress by being changed. Propose formally, in a debate or parliamentary meeting. Arouse sympathy or compassion in. Her fate moved us all. Change residence, affiliation, or place of employment. We moved from Idaho to Nebraska. Dispose of by selling. The chairman of the company told the salesman to move the computers. Game. A player's turn to take some action permitted by the rules of the game. Go or proceed from one point to another. The debate moved from family values to the economy. Live one's life in a specified environment. She moves in certain circles only. Move so as to change position, perform a non-translational motion. He moved his hand slightly to the right. The act of deciding to do something. He didn't make a move to help. Move ahead. Travel onward in time or space. Come to pass. Come to pass. Come as a logical consequence. Follow logically. Come off. Have a breach in relations. Leave. A barracks, in order to take a place in a military formation, or leave a military formation. Come to pass. What is happening? An accidental happening. He recorded all the little haps and mishaps of his life. Come upon, as if by accident, meet with. I happened upon the most wonderful bakery not very far from here. Come into being. Become reality. Come to pass. What is happening? Happen, occur, or be the case in the course of events or by chance. It happens that today is my birthday. Chance to be or do something, without intention or causation. I happen to have just what you need. Come to pass. Nothing occurred that seemed important. Come to one's mind. Suggest itself. It occurred to me that we should hire another secretary. To be found to exist. Sexism occurs in many workplaces. Move past. A black limousine passed by when she looked out the window. Eliminate from the body. Grant authorization or clearance for. A usually brief attempt. Success in satisfying a test or requirement. His future depended on his passing that test. Come to pass. Of advancing the ball by throwing it. A team with a good passing attack. Pass from physical life and lose all bodily attributes and functions necessary to sustain life. A document indicating permission to do something without restrictions. The media representatives had special passes. Cause to pass. She passed around the plates. Be superior or better than some standard. Transmit information. Pass along the good news. Go unchallenged. Be approved. Pass over, across, or through. Place into the hands or custody of. Sports. The act of throwing the ball to another member of your team. The pass was fumbled. Pass into a specified state or condition. Make laws, bills, etc. or bring into effect by legislation. They passed the amendment. A difficult juncture. A pretty pass. Stretch out over a distance, space, time, or scope. Run or extend between 2 points or beyond a certain point. A permit to enter or leave a military installation. He had to show his pass in order to get out. Pass by. A bad or difficult situation or state of affairs. Travel past. The sports car passed all the trucks. Disappear gradually. The pain eventually passed off. American football. A play that involves one player throwing the ball to a teammate. The coach sent in a passing play on 3rd and long. Baseball. An advance to first base by a batter who receives 4 balls. The location in a range of mountains of a geological formation that is lower than the surrounding peaks. We got through the pass before it started to snow. An automatic advance to the next round in a tournament without playing an opponent. Go successfully through a test or a selection process. She passed the New Jersey bar exam and can practice law now. Be inherited by. Use up a period of time in a specific way. Any authorization to pass or go somewhere. The pass to visit had a strict time limit. Accept or judge as acceptable. The teacher passed the student although he was weak. A complimentary ticket. The star got passes for his family. A flight or run by an aircraft over a target. The plane turned to make a second pass. Allow to go without comment or censure. The insult passed as if unnoticed. Go across or through. We passed the point where the police car had parked. Military, a written leave of absence. He had a pass for 3 days. One complete cycle of operations, as by a computer. It was not possible to complete the computation in a single pass. Throw, a ball, to another player. Smith passed. Transfer to another, of rights or property. Our house passed under his official control. Expel, gases or odors. Come to pass. Disappear gradually. Be accepted as something or somebody in a false character or identity. Cause to be circulated and accepted in a false character or identity. Disregard. Come to pass. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. He acted the idiot. Behave unnaturally or affectedly. She's just acting. Something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document codifying the result of deliberations of a committee or society or legislative body. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. Think before you act. A short performance that is part of a longer program. He did his act 3 times every evening. Perform on a stage or theater. She acts in this play. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. How does your idea work in practice? Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. You should act like an adult. Play a role or part. She wants to act Lady Macbeth, but she is too young for the role. A manifestation of insincerity. He put on quite an act for her benefit. A subdivision of a play or opera or ballet. Be engaged in an activity, often for no particular purpose other than pleasure. Be suitable for theatrical performance. This scene acts well. Discharge one's duties. She acts as the chair. Exchange thoughts. Talk with. Use language. The prisoner won't speak. Give a speech to. Express in speech. Make a characteristic or natural sound. Exchange thoughts. Talk with. We often talk business. Use language. The baby talks already. An exchange of ideas via conversation. Let's have more work and less talk around here. Express in speech. She talks a lot of nonsense. Deliver a lecture or talk. She will talk at Rutgers next week. Reveal information. If you don't oblige me, I'll talk. A speech that is open to the public. Idle gossip or rumor. There has been talk about you lately. Divulge confidential information or secrets. Be careful, his secretary talks. Discussion. Talk about as a less formal alternative for discussion of. His poetry contains much talk about love and anger. The act of giving a talk to an audience. I attended an interesting talk on local history. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. We traveled from Rome to Naples by bus. Travel upon or across. Travel the oceans. Undertake a journey or trip. A movement through space that changes the location of something. Self-propelled movement. Make a trip for pleasure. The act of going from one place to another. He enjoyed selling but he hated the travel. Travel from place to place, as for the purpose of finding work, preaching, or acting as a judge. Undergo transportation as in a vehicle. We traveled north on Route 508. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. Proceed or get along. Develop in a positive way. Have smooth relations. My boss and I get along very well. Proceed for an extended period of time. Last unnecessarily long. Proceed for an extended period of time. The speech dragged on for 2 hours. To lag or linger behind. But in so many other areas we still are dragging. Suck in or take air. Force into some kind of situation, condition, or course of action. Don't drag me into this business. Draw slowly or heavily. Walk without lifting the feet. A slow inhalation, as of tobacco smoke. He took a drag on his cigarette and expelled the smoke slowly. Search, as the bottom of a body of water, for something valuable or lost. The phenomenon of resistance to motion through a fluid. Clothing that is conventionally worn by the opposite sex, especially women's clothing when worn by a man. He went to the party dressed in drag. Move slowly and as if with great effort. Persuade to come away from something attractive or interesting. He dragged me away from the television set. Pull, as against a resistance. He dragged the big suitcase behind him. Something tedious and boring. Peeling potatoes as a drag. Something that slows or delays progress. Taxation as a drag on the economy. The act of dragging, pulling with force. The drag up the hill exhausted him. Use a computer mouse to move icons on the screen and select commands from a menu. Drag this icon to the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Doctor's degree in osteopathy. Carry out or perform an action. Carry on or function. We could do with a little more help around here. Be sufficient. Be adequate, either in quality or quantity. Will $100 do? Create or design, often in a certain way. Get something done. An uproarious party. Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. What makes her do this way? Give rise to. Cause to happen or occur, not always intentionally. Proceed or get along. How is she doing in her new job? Engage in. Do research. Carry out or practice, as of jobs and professions. Arrange attractively. Spend time in prison or in a labor camp. The syllable naming the first, tonic, note of any major scale in psalmization. Travel or traverse, a distance. This car does 150 miles per hour. Kiss, embrace, or fondle with sexual passion. Write all the required information onto a form. Make out a form. Detect with the senses. I can't make out the faces in this photograph. Succeed in doing, achieving, or producing something, with the limited or inadequate means available. Have sexual intercourse with. Proceed or get along. Make out an issue. Comprehend. I cannot make out what this politician is saying. Imply or suggest. Try to establish. Proceed for an extended period of time. Last unnecessarily long. An agenda of things to do. The sum charged for riding in a public conveyance. Proceed or get along. A paying, taxi, passenger. Eat well. The food and drink that are regularly served or consumed. Come from. Be connected by a relationship of blood, for example. He comes from humble origins. Add up in number or quantity. Come to one's mind. Suggest itself. The thick white fluid containing spermatozoa that is ejaculated by the male genital tract. Come forth. Move toward, travel toward something or somebody or approach something or somebody. Come down here. Be a native of. Develop into. Proceed or get along. He's come a long way. Come under, be classified or included. This comes under a new heading. Reach a destination. Arrive by movement or progress. Be received. To be the product or result. Melons come from a vine. Be found or available. These shoes come in 3 colors. The furniture comes unassembled. Come to pass. Arrive, as in due course. Dawn comes early in June. Cover a certain distance. Exist or occur in a certain point in a series. Experience orgasm. She could not come because she was too upset. Extend or reach. The sleeves come to your knuckles. Happen as a result. Nothing good will come of this. Have a certain priority. My family comes first. Reach or enter a state, relation, condition, use, or position. Come into contact with a terrorist group. Continue uninterrupted. Be a regular customer or client of. Suffice for a period between 2 points.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.